So, welcome. Tonight is our first call for our new coach group, and I'm Rachel Harvey. I'm a lifetime diamond coach, and so I'm running this Coach Basics. And Kirsten is also in the group, and she is helping me out as well. So, we're really excited that you guys are in this group, and I'm going to try to make this call, to cover some basic steps for new coaches, and then we'll kind of cover a lot more during the group. So this is just going to be a quick overview of some things that you might want to know from the beginning, and don't let it overwhelm you or anything like that. And then we want to hear from you guys too about some of your goals. So first I want to tell you a little bit about myself and how I got started. I was a runner and a clean eater before I started becoming a Beachbody coach. And so I had already had a transformation, which is, you can either be using the products as a challenger first and then become a coach because you see the benefit of what you're doing, or you can go into it from the angle that I did, which was I had already had a transformation and I wanted to pay it forward and I just didn't know how. The other part of why I got started was that my family needed additional income, and so I saw this as an income opportunity. So I got into this. I hit the ground running because I saw what it could do for my family financially, and I saw that I could help other people get healthy and fit when I didn't know how else to help them. Hi, Kelly. So tonight I just wanted to share a little bit about why getting started right is so important. When I did my call with my upline coach, it really set the tone for where I wanted to go. And this is the way that we can all kind of a little bit about your background, where you're from, why you got started in coaching in the first place. And then we can come alongside you as upline coaches and kind of direct you from there. So I want to meet you where you are and kind of bring you forward from that. So when I got started in this for the business, and I saw the opportunity there, I jumped in. I did my Coach Basics. I completed all the assignments. I was, doing all of those things that I was told to do, and I became Diamond in 63 days. Diamond is one of the ranks for coaching, and it's basically a leadership position. So when you start coaching, your first step is just to be able to help other people with the products and helping them with challenge groups and getting them results. So one of the things that we talk about a lot is called Success Club. And in Success Club, you're helping 3 people during the calendar month to a challenge pack or 2 challenge packs in a Shakeology Home Direct. So when you do that, then that's called hitting Success Club. When you do that on a consistent basis, you're growing your business every single month. So I was told by my upline coach, Katie Ersta, that you just do it. You hit Success Club every single month. You help 3 people, and you get them involved in the challenge group. And right away, I didn't know anything about challenge groups. So I was not expected at all to run my own or do anything like that. I just placed the people that I invited into challenge groups that she was already running, and I did it with them. So that's what we're going to teach you guys how to do as well. If you're not ready to run your own challenge groups, that's totally fine. That's why we're here. So what we want to do is help you get those people plugged in and see how groups are run until you're comfortable enough and you can take those training wheels off and do your own groups down the road. So that's what I did. I invited people to do this with me, and I just talked to them about, hey, I see this as an opportunity. Depending on what I already knew about them, I would say, hey, would you be interested in joining a challenge group with me to try to, get in shape or eat better or whatever the goals were? And, some of them said yes. And so that's how I got started. And then after that, I also saw people that were in financial need like I was and said, hey, this is an opportunity where you can help yourself and your family and do it from home. So my passion and my whole drive for what I do is my family. I am a wife to my high school sweetheart. We've been married 11 years, and we have 3 kids. Owen's 7, Camden's 5, and we just adopted our daughter Mia from China last month. So she's 2.5. So we keep very busy. I understand busy. I understand not having a whole lot of time. But that's what drives me, is my family. I want to do everything that I do for them so that I could be home with them, so that we could adopt our daughter. And so in big picture, that I can help other people with adoption as well. So that why, that purpose that I have drives me in what I do. So, you know, this business is not hard. Consistency over time. So when you do the, you know, simple behaviors every single day, and you just make it part of your routine, it will compound and it will happen over time. So that's why I show up. When we dig in deeper on, you know, why you're doing this, that's going to be the force behind what you do. And it's more than, yeah, money's great and money can open a lot of doors, but there has to be something more than just, I want to cover Shakeology, or I want to, you know, make a lot of money. That's fine, but there has to be something a little bit deeper there too. So we're going to talk about that as well, finding your why and figuring out why you're doing this as a coach, and what kind of drives you. And maybe you don't even know what that is right now, and that's okay too. It's something that you can discover along the way. But another thing is, so I'm kind of jumping all over the place, but I wanted to tell you, like, the simple things that, like Success Club, helping 3 people a month is just a basic industry standard kind of thing. If you help 3 people a month, it compounds over time and you will become successful in this business. And, you know, if you go above and beyond, you're going to reap the benefits of that as well. So beyond Success Club, beyond, you know, selling products, helping 3 people, running challenge groups, another thing that we're going to talk about in this group is rank advancement, which is also where you can earn more money. The first step would be to have 2 coaches underneath of you, and that would be Emerald rank. So when you get done with Coach Basics and you want to move on, you think you want to build a business with this, that's definitely another step and another training that you can go through. So there's more to it than just this. You're not going to be going through a month with us and then see you later. There's always something else that you can do to grow yourself and grow your business. So I did tell you that on this call we're going to talk about the 4 vital behaviors. And when I started, it was only 3. They have now created the 4th one, which was always there. They're just now putting it in motion, which is recognition. So the vital behaviors are invite, be product of the product, personal development, and recognition. So you're going to see these in everything that's Beachbody related and every training that you do. And we even have a vitals training that we do as a team as well. And so if you want to break it down into what are the simple things that I need to do every single day to be successful, and these do not have to take, you know, hours of your time. Everything that I know I teach my team to do, you can do in an hour a day. As you grow your business, you will spend more time on it because that's just kind of how it goes. But when you start out, you can definitely do everything we do in an hour a day. So the first vital behavior is invite. And so we say it 3 times because there's several ways that you can do this. But when I started out, it was invite 3 people. I just keep it simple. That's the way I see things, is if you can just put it in as simple terms as possible, it seems more doable. So keep it simple. Invite 3 people every day to a challenge group, to the coaching opportunity to join you in what you're doing as a coach, or to a free group. Invite 3 people every day to whatever's coming next. For me, I'm doing a Summer Fitness Solution Challenge group on Monday, June 20th. So I'm having my coaches in my organization, if they are not currently running their own groups, if they're not ready to do that yet, they are welcome to invite to this group that I'm running. You can check with your upline coach if it's not me and see what they're running as well. So there is always a challenge group that is coming up next that you can invite to. And if you don't know what that is, ask your upline coach. That's what we're here for. So 3 people a day, invite them to something. So this doesn't have to be just sending out Facebook messages, which a lot of people do because a lot of people run their businesses primarily through Facebook, but there are other social media platforms out there, and you definitely want to use in-person invites as well. Like, don't just hide behind the computer screen. And if you're introverted like I am, then it's easier to do to just kind of sit behind your screen and write out a few messages. And sometimes that's what you have time for. But make sure you're getting out there with people that you know, people in your community, finding out what their needs are first. If you find out what their needs are, then you can find a way to meet those needs. And you're not just sending out cold invites. It's like, hey, join my challenge group. Talk to them, form relationships with them. And there's even in the back office, there's a 5-step invitation process. There's tons and tons and tons of documents and videos and things that are available to you in your Coach Online office to help you with the invitation process. And we're going to go through that as well in this Coach Basics group. I just wanted to touch on that. That's your first vital behavior, is that we constantly reach out, have conversations, form relationships, and invite people to join us in what we're doing. Because if they don't know what you're doing, then how are they going to know that there's something available out there for them? So you've got to get yourself out there. Second thing is be a proof the products work, or product of the product. So this is pretty straightforward. If you work out, do your workouts, follow your workout schedules. If you are drinking your Shakeology, if you're working on your clean eating and your things like that, portion control, those are things that are going to come out also in social media, that you're posting about it and people see what your new lifestyle is, which creates some buzz and some, hey, what is this all about? What are you doing here? And how did you get those results? And if you're using those products, you're proving that they work, people are going to see you. You are the first example that they're going to see of what you're talking about. So you need to be able to show them that you're more than just talk, that you're actually walking the walk as well. So I had never done a Beachbody program before I became a coach. So I don't know that this is like the norm. I highly doubt that it is, but I was a runner and I was a gym rat. I just went to the gym and ran. That's all I did. And so I was like, wow, this is really different. I don't know if I can even do at-home fitness programs, but I did it because I was like, I'm getting paid to work out in essence. So why wouldn't I want to do this? And what I found was I love it. I can be home with my kids, which is my primary why, is to be with my family. So that's just like, it fit for me. It works. And now I've gotten into that routine and I just do it every single day. And that's part of what I do. For me, that part is easy. I just wake up, find a time to do it, 30 minutes or less, whatever program you're doing. Drink your shake. For me, breakfast a lot of times are right after my workout. So proof the products work. Drink your shake, do your workouts, pretty easy. I know everybody is not perfect. We really do talk a lot about the 80-20 rule, is that you're going to be on track 80% of the time. 20% of the time, you're not. Things come up, stuff happens, you're not going to be perfect. It's okay. People need to see that too. And I get hung up on that too. I don't show a whole lot of, me not eating perfectly all the time, but it's something I struggle with too, just breaking down those walls and being real that stuff happens, because people want to see reality. And that's the problem with social media, is we see so much of the good stuff. We see all of the, oh, this looks picture perfect. When like that, there was a joke that says, after this one perfect selfie, there's 87 others in my phone you're not seeing, right? So people want to see the real you and what you're doing. So put yourself out there, show them that it's a lifestyle. It's something that is not a quick fix. It is not a diet. It is not, anything that's just one and done. This is a long-term solution for people. So you need to show that. The third one is personal development. And honestly, I am excited that Kirsten's here, because she, in my opinion, is like personal development guru. And I've learned a lot from her and other coaches on our team about this. But I hated reading before I did this job. And I was like, oh my gosh, they're going to make me read. Well, you don't really have to read. You can watch videos too. But the first book I ever picked up was Compound Effect, right here, Darren Hardy. And this I recommend all the time to my challengers and to my new coaches, because it's really been a great, just like a jump start to see how to put all of this into effect. It's encouraging. It fills your mind with positivity. I'm not saying that you have to go out and buy compound effect, but I'm just saying that was the first one that I used, and it kind of snowballed from there. That if I read 10 minutes of something positive a day, then that's going to set my mind right for the rest of what I'm doing. So, you know, when you're having these conversations with people, if you've just done like a personal devotion beforehand, your mind's going to be in a much better place than if you were just screaming at your kids 2 minutes ago. So, you know, this is something else that we always encourage our coaches to do, is to set your mind right, whether it's books, videos. A lot of times in our team pages, we will put, you know, motivational things as well, just something to keep you on track. And then I didn't realize it either that, oh, I can listen to other things. I can, like, I've read Christine Kane books. I've listened to sermons on podcasts. I've other things that might interest me. It doesn't have to be always business related. But just keeping your mind fresh and always learning. That's a huge part of what we do as well. So is there anything you wanted to jump in and say on that, Kirsten?
I'll just add to that I think that with this business, personal development is the easiest thing not to do. But in my opinion, it is the most important thing to do. So I was given this advice when I first started because, you know, our lives are all busy, right? We work, we have families, we have things going on. A lot of times we're already loving the product, so we make sure we don't miss that, and that's easy, right? But the personal development, I just always told myself, even if it was like 11 o'clock at night, I'm exhausted, I'm tired, like there was always something that I could grab for at least 5 to 10 minutes, whether it was 4 pages in a book, 5 minutes of a YouTube video, just something to get in your mind every single day. And I recommend obviously more than those 10 minutes every day, but even if you just get to those 10 minutes every day, it is so important. So start thinking about, as you get started on this journey and you feel a little bit like you have all these other things that you need to do. I found that one of the best things that I did for my personal development journey was in the car. That's when I put on personal development. So it has actually become a habit that no matter what I'm doing, like when I'm in the car, it's on. So, you know, many of you guys probably have full-time jobs outside of, you know, what you're doing. A lot of my coaches do, and I did when I started. And so I didn't have a long commute. It was 10 minutes, but that was 20 minutes every day that filled my mind of positivity. So just remember that it's really easy to just say, I'll get to it tomorrow. But if you can just fill your mind with at least give yourself that 5 to 10 minutes. Do it while you're cooking dinner, while you're folding laundry. I opted for that instead of watching my favorite show. And then it'll just become a habit and you'll actually crave it. So that's all I had on that.
Thanks. No, I totally agree with all of that. Just one of those non-negotiables, and it really makes a huge difference. The last one that our company has just recently brought in as a vital behaviors recognition, and we try to do this I know I do it on my personal team, and then in the Knockout Brigade, which is above both Kirsten and I, that's our big team page. We do a lot of recognition of what our coaches are doing, what our challengers are doing. You want to make sure that people are getting recognized for those good things that they're doing. So maybe, like for me, I tend to have a lot of runners on my team. So being a runner, I attract runners. Imagine that. So if they run a half marathon, they PR'd, oh my gosh, I'm going to shout them out on my page. It has nothing to do with Beachbody, but they're part of my team. You know, if somebody else has something awesome that's happened, I shout them out, make sure that they know that I see it, that I see they're doing a great job and they're running a free group, or maybe they're doing, you know, whatever it is that you're seeing happen on your team, you want to make sure you shout that out before that, even for your challengers. that, the non-scale victories are huge. I don't even have a scale, so I do a lot of non-scale victories, and just making sure that people get a chance to toot their own horn and to help other people see the good things that are going on and that they're doing right. Because so often we harp on ourselves for doing something that is negative, or we give ourselves like, oh, I cheated this day, or I didn't do the workout this hard, or whatever. People need to hear what they're doing right. So make sure you include that in what you're doing and what you're saying, so that they feed off of that, and people can just push harder and maybe invite more, or whatever it is that they're struggling with right now. Maybe they can push in that positive direction because of something that you've said or something you've recognized in them that maybe they didn't even see. So I try to make that part of my team atmosphere. I know we do in the Knockout Brigade as well. So those are basically the touching points for the vital behaviors in this business. And we're going to break it down and talk about each one, and then we're also going to show you how to go about doing this and making this part of your daily behavior. So right now I just kind of want to go around and hear a little bit from you guys that are on the call, and just give us a little bit of background information, how you got into this, and what maybe your goals are at this point. So I'm going to start with Michelle, if you want to unmute. Here you go.
Michelle, I got into it. I've been looking into it for a couple years now. I never had the money, and this year I finally just said, you know what, I need to do this. I got into it because I know that I've been tired and feeling like the crash. I work full time. I also go to nursing school full time at night. I have 3 kids that are in like 2 or 3 different sports each. So I was very busy, and I was tired of the way of constantly feeling tired and not being able to keep up with everything that I needed to keep up with. So to add to it, I decided, what's another half an hour of a day? One of my best friends got into it and was like, oh, you should try this. And I was like, I was thinking about that. I've been thinking about it for several years. So that's when I was just like, you know what, got to do it. Now's the time. So I took the dive, and I started working out, and I started doing the Shakeology. I did the Shakeology every day, but not working out as much as I should have. I would leave the house at 8:30 in the morning, go to work, go straight to class after that, come home at like 11:30 at night, and then stay up till 1 doing homework and studying. So I wasn't working out except unless it was like a non-school night or an early school night for me. But now that everything's over for the summer, I am trying to work out every day before the kids get up. That's really it. Like, I just want to there's a lot of health problems in my family, background wise. And, I want to try to be healthier for them. And then when I saw that, there is an earning opportunity, you can earn and help financially. That's when I really told my husband, I was like, I'm serious about this. I'm trying for this now.
Awesome. Thanks so much. Let's see. Shelly, I see you next. Would you like to unmute and tell us a little bit about yourself?
Sure. Is this working?
We hear you. We just don't see you. That's all.
Okay. I have no idea how to get the video to work on this. I've never used this before, so.
It's okay. It's trial and error.
Okay. So I'm Shelly, and I have a 14-month-old son, and I work full-time. I had initially, prior to having him, was working out in the gym, not necessarily consistently, but it was just a whole lot easier for me to go before work or after work. And after him, I just really struggled to get into a routine. I was back down to my to about where my weight was prior to pregnancy, but I did not feel the same. I did not look the same. So I was just really struggling, I guess. I wasn't having enough energy. I just felt overwhelmed. And I was looking for something, and started Shakeology and the 21-day fix, and absolutely love it. I feel so much better now, and it's kind of amazing how adding something else to my day makes me have more energy and feel better about myself. So I feel like I just want to continue that. I've talked about that. Family, friends, everyone's noticing a difference in me. They're wondering what I'm doing. So I'm just interested in now helping others. Shakeology is expensive, but I definitely think that it's worth it for me. So I'm not necessarily super interested in the financial benefit, but obviously that's somewhat of an incentive, but I really just want to reach out to others to help others. I do a whole lot of that in my career, and I feel like it's a good tie-in to this as well, just kind of in a different avenue. Is that all I was supposed to answer?
Sure.
Okay.
What do you do for a career?
I'm an occupational therapist.
Oh, okay. Yeah, great. Well, thank you so much, Shelley.
Sure.
Glad to have you. Kara, do you want to unmute or?
I don't think I'm muted.
Go ahead.
Am I
Kara.
muted? Oh, okay. And I'm sorry, you guys all sound so peppy. This is my bedtime, and I have not started Shakeology yet. So I have a little bit of a hesitancy with Shakeology still, and just thinking about starting something and feeling like I might not be able to stop it if I need to for whatever reason. So for me, I have a little bit of fear coming into this. But initially, I'm really good friends with Rachel, and of course, I watched her transformation, and kind of through her own transformation, I almost did my own transformation, I guess, just based on more frequent workouts, starting to more cross-train after running a full marathon this past year. And I was full-time and then just totally burnt out. And so I now dropped to part-time, and I'm in a very intense job. So I've always loved running. I've always loved trying to encourage other people, and I just haven't found until, looking at Beachbody, a good system to really direct someone to, or to even walk with someone through. So I'm kind of jumping in with both feet too, not doing a program before or Shakeology, but I trust Rachel and I trust what she's learned. So I'm willing to jump out of my comfort zone at this point to really try to kind of go to that next level and put in the nutrition piece of it and the portion control, and really try to just be an encouragement to other people and see what this is going to be like.
I'm super excited for you. I'm so glad you're here.
I'm totally freaked out, but thank you.
Don't be freaked out. Baby steps. Everything's about baby steps. So.
Yeah, and really, and for me, it would be nice to have an income from it, but really, I'm like, if I can replace the cost, that's what's probably going to mean the most to me.
Right. That's a perfect place to start. Definitely. All right. We have Kelly is our last one on this call. Are you there, Kelly?
Kelly just texted me. Her audio is not working on her.
Oh, no.
She doesn't have her phone, and she doesn't have earbuds on her.
Oh,
It's not working for her.
Well, I wanted to encourage everybody. I know this is kind of atypical. I've done this with my team before, of doing kind of a group getting started right call, and I'm sure that your upline, if it's not me, will go over a little bit more in depth of your goals and what you want to do with this business. And kind of, like I said, our job is to meet you where you are. So I'm not going to push anybody in this group to, get Diamond in 63 days. I'm not going to push anybody in this group to do nothing if they want to go. So we want to go at your pace and just provide you with the information that will help you get moving. So we're really glad that you guys are here. Next Tuesday, we will have another short call. We'll try to keep this, 2.5 hour. We don't want to take up too much of your time. Everybody's got busy lives and everything. So I really appreciate you taking the time to be on this tonight. Was there anything else you want to say, Kirsten?
No, I just real quick, if you guys, most of you know who I am, but I have been doing this for almost 4 years. It's been over 3 years, but I started my first challenge group about 4 years ago. So I've been drinking Shakeology for 4 years, and I've been seeing lots of success stories and lots of really amazing things with the company. So my best advice for you as you guys get started is to make the commitment to be here a year from now. It's going to take you about a year to really feel like you get it. So if you can embrace that you're going to be a student for about a year, doesn't mean you won't have any success or not make any money in that year. But if you can embrace that it's going to take a little bit of time for you to learn. It's going to take a little bit of time for you to get comfortable being uncomfortable. And feeling uncomfortable is a really good spot to be in. I know we all try to avoid it, but it's a good spot to be in. It really is, because that's where the magic happens. And once you start seeing the magic happen from being uncomfortable, it's what's going to push you to do even more. And it's exciting. So if you can think about a time in your life when you were really nervous, or, you were trying something new, like, didn't it feel so much better when you accomplished it? Because you were like, yeah, I overcame that. I did it. So, we're here to support you. Just like Rachel said, there's going to be a lot of information, but the best thing to know is that you have the resources that you need to be successful. You are part of the #1 team in the network. We have systems in place that work. You just have to work them. So remember, your Beachbody business is going to be very similar to your health and fitness business, right? As your upline support, we can't invite for you. We can't do your personal development for you. We can't, just like we can't do your workouts for you. We can't eat for you, but we can give you all the tools that you need to be successful. And we will absolutely do that. And we are here to help you. So the more that you can engage in this group, the more you ask questions, the more you participate, the more you complete the assignments, the more you're going to get out of it. So don't worry about getting overwhelmed with anything. Just know that we're here to support you, and you have everything you need to be successful. So just get your game face on, start to focus and kind of weed out the distractions, and just know that you are meant to do this. I firmly believe that everything happens for a reason, and people are put in your life for a reason. And I think that you're all here. You have a purpose, and you are here for a reason. And we're going to help you all be successful. So I'm excited. That's all I got.
Thank you. Thank you so much. It's so nice to hear, another perspective from my own, because I tend to, I have such a limited amount of knowledge. I've been doing this for a year. I'm coming up on my year anniversary, and I feel like I have learned so much in that year time. But to hear it from Kirsten, and to have this camaraderie of a team around us, of people that have different experiences and have that knowledge and those things that we can learn from all the time, that's just really comforting and always assuring me that I am in the right place, and so are you. So thank you guys so much, and we will be posting again tomorrow, so look forward to it. All right, we'll see you.
Thanks guys for getting on.